Mike, we're going to do another segment on the NBA Finals. It's been that good of a series so far with Miami and Dallas.
Absolutely.
What it really boils down to me is, and Dirk Nowitzki, I mean, this guy, I thought he was good, but to get to see these games and to see what this guy does, inside game, the dribble, and left hand, right hand, what do you need the guy to do? He'll do it for you. But that's part of the problem. It seems like when the rest of his teammates don't help him out, they're down 2-1 in the series right now. When they help him out, they win.
The plus-minus statistic is sometimes overrated and simplistic, but in this case it's not. There's something like, for the series, there's something like minus 31 when Dirk is not in the game. You know,
Wow.
they have outscored Miami when Dirk was on the floor. So if he could play 48 minutes, you know, Dallas would be in great shape. It really is true, and it shows you that one player can't win a championship, and it's unfair to Dallas to say that they only have one player, because Jason Kidd and Jason Terry, you know, I mean, these guys, and Tyson Chandler, I mean, these guys are good players who have a legitimate role on this team, and it's, you know, it's been a close series, certainly. I mean,
but there's been times when those guys have not stepped up. Game 2 that Dallas won, they stepped up. You had Kidd with some phenomenal passes and clutch baskets. You know, Terry played well. They call him the Jet. You know, but in Game 3 that Dallas lost, they faded back too far.
I thought the thing that Jason Kidd did that nobody talked about in Game 2 was deny Dwayne Wade the ball. He did a tremendous job of just focusing on fronting him and denying him the ball, and that was a key element, yeah.
I think one of the other key elements, you mentioned Dwayne Wade, he's got a championship already. As much as there's 3 superstars on that team, the other 2 superstars, James and Bosh, don't have that ring that Wade has. So and I think in some ways they're saying, hey, this is your team. You lead us here. And then you saw in Game 3 where he had the hot hand, which I always like that in the NBA. It's sort of a Chuck Daly thing with go with the hot hand until it cools down.
Sure.
You know, these guys are all superstars, but yet Wade has one thing that they don't have, and that's a ring. So they're letting him go, and he's phenomenal. He's stepping up big. James, 9 points in 3 games in the fourth quarter. Wade's got like 20 or 22. Bosh is somewhere in the middle. But I'll tell you, Dwayne Wade is saying, this is my team right now. I've got the championship. I'll show you how it's done. And if they're going to win 7 of them, these other guys will have a chance down the road. But they're right now going, you are the man.
It'd be interesting to see how this plays out down the road, because I thought not only stuff that I saw, not only stuff that happened in the game, but stuff Dwayne Wade said where he to me he's sort of self-consciously saying my guys rather than our guys. You know what I mean? I almost think if they're going to win, if they're going to have this long, I hate to use the word dynasty because I don't like that word, but dynastic run, then this relationship between particularly LeBron and Wade is going to be like a marriage. And, you know, do you want to oversell this it's my team rhetoric? I don't know. I don't know if you do or not. Another interesting thing about Wade is the first half of Game 1. He played so badly that the guys at halftime said they thought he was hurt. I remember John Barry saying, well, he's clearly hurting and there's something wrong with him. And by the end of that game, he was playing, not just playing great, but playing with unbelievable energy. He looked like Barry Sanders flying around out there. I don't know what that was. That was weird, but something was amiss there, and boy, did it get solved in the right way for Miami.
And like you said, what he's saying and what he's showing, it's almost as if he was trying to defer too much to everybody. And it's like, no, just step up and do it right now, and there'll be time later on for everybody else to shine. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the NBA, and that's Dwayne Wade, because he doesn't just score. He can do it defensively. He does all the intangibles out there, and when you need the clutch basket or whatever, the guy's great.
He's terrific. He's a terrific player. No
and the funny thing is, Shaq got into it with Kobe, and they couldn't coexist. He goes to Miami, and him and Wade get along, and it was great. When the MVP trophy was being handed out, Shaq wanted to hand it to Dwayne Wade. There's something about that guy. He's a good teammate.
Yeah, maybe there is. That's a good point. And obviously, Shaq was not the same player at that point.
No.
And I think Shaq maybe got a little too much credit for that championship. In fact, I think Dallas frankly gave that to them more than they wanted. But that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe there's something about Wade's personality that sort of engenders this kind of thing.